Hello everybody, welcome in, welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Okay. Alright, tonight was an unplanned read. I will say that. This was something that I got downloaded earlier today, and I asked if it's something, like, is it something I keep to myself? Is it something that I have to share? And it was like, no, you need to share. So, hey Lisa, how are you? How are you? How are you? I want to say this is going to be because it was like literally a last minute like collective stream. It's something that's, you know, I didn't redo the intro or anything like that. It literally was like a last minute type of stream. I know I got to get the other zodiac signs done, and I will finish those up, but this one, it was really important to get out. It was like pushed, like, you need to do this. So, and the title is what I got. The door is closing. There are situations that have been going around. It's like spiritual courts or have been like in session or whatever. Big time, like big time. And this is the closeout year, to where if you haven't made whatever it is right, that the door is like almost shut. Judgments are being made, justice is being called, and karma is being dished out. What I was given was that all those who are like chosen ones, earth, well, not just earth, but elemental angels and light workers, what's it? They are like really up first. And anyone who has done any chosen one, any elemental angels, any light workers, anything negative, anything wrong in any way, shape, or form, for some of them, their karma's already been dished out. They've already been judged upon. Justice has been served. Karma's dished out. All that. And for some chosen ones, earth angels and light workers, you guys have received dharma. So it's like those workers are going to be receiving like dharma first. All the rewards, all that blessings that they've been wishing and praying and hoping for are all coming in. The ones who've done wrong, if they, many of them have already received like almost instantaneous karma, but if they've continued to do it, they're going to receive. Now, it's going to also be based upon exactly what it is that they've thrown at these people or done to these, I say, you know, universal workers, you know, godly workers, whatever, however you want to call it. They're going to receive the same in kind, but whereas many people think that it's just going to be the same thing, or many have been saying, no, it is going to be amplified. Especially towards this end of the year, definitely things are going to be amplified. So if you've thrown, you know, and this is just off the case, I'm going to pull out some situations that people have gone through or going through or would be judged upon, etc. But if, say, you've thrown death magic at somebody or wished death upon somebody or harm, that is going to come back to you amplified. So there may be somebody around you that may be losing their, you know, well, their time left here on earth is going to be gone. But a lot of it is people think karma is such a horrible, bad thing. And yes, it sucks when we go through it. I've been, you know, had my butt handed to me many times. You know, we all go through it. But the thing is it's meant to teach you a lesson. And whatever that lesson is. And that was just like probably the most extreme thing, I'll say. But if somebody's thrown, say, I'm getting like, you know, wishing or praying or hoping somebody else is like, lose weight, gain weight, whatever, that person is going to be, have that same effect happen to them, but amplified until that person has learned the lesson. And to where it's deemed that, okay, justice has been served, karma's happened long enough, bam, boom, done. So the door is like, it's just barely open is what I'm seeing, is like it's barely cracked, to where it is just like almost closed, to where judgment has been called, or, you know, the final calling is like there. And justice is coming for those who have wronged you, you know, and even if you aren't, say, like a chosen one or a light worker or an elemental angel or whatever, but you've always done right, or you've done people right, that karma is going to come back. And you yourself, or go back, and you yourself are going to be receiving dharma. The world is balancing out right now. There was something else too. I know it'll come to me. There was something else. Wait, is this the... Okay. No system, no elite agenda, no chaos can dim the radiance you carry within. Shine even when the world demands you hide. So if somebody's thrown any kind of chaos magic at you, that's being sent back. These are just some things that people are going through or will be going through, and etc. Distraction tactics. So if anyone has said illusions, delusions, distractions, blockages, bindings, anything like that, that in kind is being returned. All right, what else do we have? Let me shuffle this. Like I said, this was not something like pre-planned and whatever. No, this is like, I got like this intense download earlier today. Oh, and the what it was is the quote that was going over in my head, which was more of a biblical quote, was, whatever seeds you have sown, thou art about to reap. So things are being balanced out. And by the end of this year, it's like, I don't want to say a reset or restart or whatever, but if you haven't learned the lessons by the end of this week, well, maybe this week, the next 7 days. Karma is being served, and then by the end of the year, it's like, I want to say a restart, a reset. But those who are stuck because they haven't learned the lessons, they're going to keep going through like a karmic loop. Instructions. I didn't take this out of the deck. And normally this is just like, you know, you always get these that come with the decks. Some of you have been given guidance, signs, synchronicities, and things like that, as like a heads up, like it's coming. Or some of you may like know, and you're being guided on exactly what it is that you need to do. Now, if you've not done anything wrong, and you've prayed for those people, there's really nothing that you need to do. Just sit back, let go, let God, or let the universe, whatever, handle it. Don't wish bad or negative on these people. Now, keep in mind, okay, I am not wishing this upon anybody whatsoever. Like, I don't want harm to come to people. I don't want people to be sick. I don't want people to be, you know, have that. That's not, no. I normally pray for the people, whoever done you wrong, and then let go, hand it on over to God, the universe, whatever. Hand it on over and be like, look, it's all yours to handle and deal with. I'm just going to live my life. And that if you've done that, there is nothing you need to do. Nothing else you need to do. Just let go. You need to make sure that you are forgiving those people and forgiving yourself. Make sure you yourself have learned the lessons that you've needed to learn to go through all this. And then just hand it on over. Hey, Angel Eyes, how are you? Controlling resources. Okay, I'm getting like stealing money. Try to stop and block your funding. If they have tried to, I'm getting also, okay, for money situations, they're going to be tapped in, losing a lot in their finances. It's going to be a lot. I'm getting if there was like embezzlement, if there was any kind of theft, whether it be intellectual theft, whatever. That in turn is going to reap different consequences for some of them. Some of them they're going to serve jail time. Some of them they're going to be put on blast. Some of them are going to be like that money is going to be returned to you tenfold. But for those who have done this, you know, I'm telling you, like you're going to be losing a lot of resources. You're going to lose maybe connections. You're going to lose, like, your business will start failing. What else? There may be some prison time. You know, if it's like embezzlement, intellectual theft, etc. There may be some prison time going along with that. Whatever has been taken from you will be returned tenfold. For those who have been on the correct side of things. It says, when chaos strikes, those in power move quickly under the cover of conflict or catastrophe. Access to vital resources can be quietly seized. So there's seizures of assets. These are going to be people who are very wealthy as well. It's not going to be just those ones who are very, you know, on the low totem pole of things. No, this is going to be the higher ups as well. Again, I don't know. That's because of the fact that, you know, there are chosen ones. There are elemental angels. There are light workers all over this world. And everybody has been tested by these light workers, by these chosen ones, by these elemental angels. They have been tested just by being in contact with them. Their guardian angels, their ancestors, their spirit guides, you know, the archangels have been surrounding these people and have been testing everybody around them. It's like they're judging their hearts, their intentions, everything like that has been judged. Now justice is being called upon all. And things are going to be weighed and measured, basically. And because of the weighing and the measuring and all that will determine what type of karma or dharma you receive. So keep that in mind. You've got water shortage. Somebody may be losing their water, again, losing resources. A global water crisis looms as resources are depleted or manipulated for control. You're being called to protect and honor water on a personal and collective level. Make sure you drink your water. Make sure it's purified. You pray over your drinks, pray over whatever it is. But if this is like say it's a leader of a country. Again, I'm not wishing this upon any country, any group, anything like that. This is what I'm being channeled. This is what I'm being given to put out. Okay? And don't come after me because I don't know who and I'm not wishing this. This is what I'm being told to put out. There may be entire areas. There may be, zones, or there's going to be, if say you're in the U.S., there may be states, zones, counties, whatever. Again, not wishing that upon anybody. Or there may be entire countries where the entire water supply is going to be affected in some way, shape, or form. Or they're going to be like losing water. Or there's going to be water's infected with something and it's unable to be consumed. So again, I'm not wishing this upon anybody. But there's something about oil as well. Oil resources are going to be stopped or blocked or whatever. Or if there's something about the oil. Controlling. If you're trying to control, then something about like the, and it's natural resources. Dominate or control or whatever, those natural resources, including water, then there's something that's going to take effect. Either somebody's going to be found out, they're going to be shamed, they're going to be thrown in prison, they're going to be whatever. Or there's going to be like maybe a territory that's going to be completely without any resources just because they've been trying to use a means or method of control. And it's not just at a global or like a national level. This is also down at an individual level. So like I said, if you've tried to control money, if you've tried to control whatever it is, those type of things are going to be balanced out. All right, what else do we have? What else? And now keep in mind, I'm not like targeting any specific country, person, or whatever. You got false religion. Those who've been preaching false practices, false religions. When power replaces devotion, okay. Separation of church and state. And I just got render to God what's God's, render to Caesar what's Caesar's. Things are being balanced out in that aspect as well. There's going to be clergy. Now, I'm not targeting a specific religion. I'm going to say that. So there could be clergy, say, in the Catholic Church, Protestant, Lutheran. It doesn't matter what religion. For leading people in a misdirection. Trying to lead people astray. Trying to lead people into harm, or who have harmed people. So you may have some sort of preacher, pastor, clergyman, whatever, who has, they could have either stolen money from their congregation, their church, or whatever. That's going to come to light. You're going to start seeing some of those churches falter and fall. Just because of the leader of those churches. Again, I am not hoping or wishing this upon anybody. Oh, somebody wants me to shut up. But it's not going to happen. There's going to be those who have been part of, like, traffic. Some churches or congregations or whatever who've been a part of that are all going to be found out. That is all being balanced out. Because God don't play about his babies. I'm going to tell you that right now. God does not play. The universe does not play about babies. About the children. Does not mess around with that. And so that's all going to be, you're going to start hearing so much more on the news because they're going to be facing their karma as well. And anyone who's been a victim of that, they will be seeing some sort of justice and rewarded for either speaking out, speaking up, and finally speaking their truth. So, and by doing that, being honest, open, and everything, things are going to be balancing out. You're going to be seeing a lot of people who are going to, and that's the other thing, try to outrun karma. And the message that I got was, it does not matter where you are in this world. It doesn't matter if you go underground. It doesn't matter if you try to fly into outer space. I do not give a crap. That's kind of what the universe said. I don't care. Know exactly where you're at all times, and karma will find you. Your punishment is coming if you have not done what you've needed to do to make something right. I'm good, AA. I'm good. I'm really good. It's just, sometimes you get like that, just bam. Bam. Oh man, oh man. Somebody's got a plan. They think, I'm going to tell you, they think they got a plan to be able to get out of some sort of karma, because they're going to try to, oh, that's another thing. They're going to try and put that karma onto somebody else. What they've done onto somebody else. All that has been seen, known, and it is being stopped and blocked. All right, false religion. You got when power replaces devotion. So it's people in power who are trying to influence through religion, but through false religions. But again, this could be clergy work. Oh. I don't even think I need to tell you or explain that. Secret Hollywood. The entertainment industry is going to be hit big time. Don't come after me. I don't want no problems. FYI. I'm just saying. I'm not wishing it, but if you have done wrong and you are in the entertainment industry, I don't care if it's the music industry. I don't care if it's the film industry, the theater industry. It does not matter. If you are in the spotlight of any kind and you've done some underground deeds, some backdoor deals, if you've done some shit that you know is not right, it's coming. And you're going to be seeing a lot more of that in the news. You're going to see people start crashing out. You're going to see people going absolutely weirded out. You're going to see so much more in the news about different scandals, different entertainment industries. You know, and that includes sport industries as well. And that's not just here in the U.S. That is all over the world. You are going to see this happening. Spreading truth. You're going to see a lot more, like, whistleblowers, in a sense. A lot more people speaking up and speaking out about their truth. You may even see a ton of people, many, who are confessing to what they've done, their crimes. In a world where disinformation spreads faster than facts, news industry as well. So news, publishing, newspapers, media, internet, like all those news sources and stuff. Yep, if they've spread any kind of false information to the public, bam. So they need, it's all being balanced back out. Now, keep in mind, I am not left. I am not right. I'm an independent. I see good and bad in both sides, okay? So, you know, as far as political, I don't really tap into the political stuff very much because I just, all sides, basically. There's just not two, it's all sides. I do not affiliate myself with any specific group, religion, I do, you know, but that's neither here or there. But I do not allow my personal opinions, my personal beliefs, my personal whatever to be put into anything. Everybody has a right to practice what it is that they want to practice, as far as religion-wise, within the scopes of spiritual laws, you know, and the law of the land kind of thing. But let's keep that in mind, like spreading truth. You're going to hear so much more truth being put out versus the negative. You know, it's being balanced out. So whoever's been spreading misinformation, whoever's been doing, that is going to be balanced out. You got, even the truth seeker must move with care. So be careful. Because you are going to have, like, if you're coming out speaking truth, people are not going to like that. They do not want the light to be shown on their darkness. They don't want to be shamed. They don't want to be ridiculed. They don't want to be whatever. That's all coming back to them. But if you're going to speak out, which you're being called to do so, to speak your truth, to speak up for yourself, and you may find you're not the only one. You are going to be maybe like a catalyst who starts speaking up, speaking out, speaking truth. And that is like, you're going to start seeing more come out of the woodwork who've gone through the same shit that you have gone. Yeah. So share only what you've examined, what you trust, and what you're willing to stand behind. Which, stand behind yourself and know that if you are in the right, you are in your truth, and you are, the universe has your back. Things are being balanced out. And you got political theater. Again, I don't get into politics. That's why I kind of went on that political thing. I don't even watch the news. I'm going to tell you that right now. I do not watch the news. Nothing against the anchors, nothing against. It is a matter of I like to keep myself away from that negativity. You know, I used to watch it like all the time, constantly. I don't anymore. I don't. It is literally physically, mentally, and emotionally draining. So I do, if I, see some things or whatever, I do, catch little bits here and there, but I don't really tap into the news thing. But anyhow, you've got, while the public reacts to the drama, real decisions are being made off stage. Political theater thrives on division, keeping the people too busy fighting each other to question the system. There's something about division. Anybody who has tried to cause division, and I do not care if it is racial, I don't care if it's political, I don't care if it is gender, I don't care if it is, it does not matter. Whatever your beliefs or whatever it is, they're trying to cause division. There are people who are up there trying to cause division. They are going to be suffering consequences for this. Instead of unity and bringing people together, they are causing division. What's going to wind up happening? They're going to be seen for exactly what it is that they're trying to do. Again, I'm not wishing this. I don't know how many times I'm going to have to say this. I'm not praying. I'm not wishing. I'm not hoping. This is just, it is what it is. It doesn't matter if it's here in the U.S. It doesn't matter if it's anywhere across the world. That is what's going on. And I'm a proud American citizen. I will say that, I'm a veteran, served my country well. But at the same time, I've always been like, commander-in-chief, what? But at the same time, and I'm not going against our commander-in-chief, let me put it that way. I got respect. That is a hard job. I don't care who's in it. It's a hard job to do. But whoever has been causing this, even if it's down at it's a friend. It's a friend of yours trying to separate you from your person to cause division between you and another person. You and a relationship, you and your, if you've got kids, it does not matter. That is all going to wind up coming back to them. So, I'm taking it to like the extreme levels, but it's even down to the individual levels. You've got growing food. There's something about needing to make sure that you are stocked with proper food. But I'm getting like anything, chemicals that are being put into the food. Those individuals, if they've knowingly done this and continue to participate in doing this, they're going to be suffering some sort of diseases, incurable diseases, possibly even death, or maybe even family members. Again, not wishing it upon anybody, okay? I wish everybody peace, happiness, love, joy, all the good stuff, healing, all of it, okay? That's me. And I wanted to make this quick, but here I go. But there's also something about maybe planting your own gardens, but be very careful just because, maybe an indoor. But again, there may be something with the water. Be very careful. Maybe in some areas of the world, you're going to have famine. That's kind of a biblical context too, though, right? Wow. Okay. Or again, it's something about, there's something in the food. There may be some, if they've tried to control the food dynamic, or they've tried to, even on an individual level, if you're not, if you can grow, things, then so be it. But I know not everybody can because, apartments and things like that. But maybe shopping a little bit more local or whatever, because there may be something about the chemicals that are in the food, or there's something about maybe not providing family members or whomever with proper food. or just even those who haven't, like they could have been starving somebody on purpose. Those are going to have, you know, kickbacks to you as well. Not you specifically. I mean, I don't know the you I'm speaking to, but, you know, whomever has done this. All right, let's move on. That is like some intense. And I know it feels intense, but this is the energy that's going around. Like I said, the door is closing for people to make something right. It is just barely cracked. Many people have already gone through some sort of judgment, but all right, what else? What else do we need to know? What else does a collective need to know? Rewards. You're getting rewards. Those who are in the right side, you're getting rewarded. And look at the big smile. It's going to make you so happy. Look at that smile on his face. Whatever it is that's coming to you, keep it quiet. Because some of you have got some big rewards coming to you. So keep it quiet. Stay humble. Stay kind. There's something about being generous and etc. Then you have here, because I'm going to read both sides, because this is a read for both ends. Both ends. Those who are, you know, basically on the other end of the spectrum, it says achievements are hollow without deeper meaning. Overindulgence leads to emptiness. These people are going to feel dead inside. You got the 9 of Cups. Departure. You got people who are going to try and flee. They're going to try, and there's a lot of conflict. You're going to have a lot of fighting, a lot of arguing, because they, like, because they don't want their shadows aspects, the things that they've done in the dark, to come to light. There may be people trying to flee here, trying to run from karma, and it's not going to happen. Now, for some of you, the other, you know, for my chosen ones, you guys are receiving rewards because you've left, walked away from situations, walked away from conflict. You've taken care of you, you've forgiven, you've let go, and just let over, you know, you may have had like a fight. But see, you got the King of Pentacles here. Total rewards. Some of you, it's like your stability is going to increase. Your finances are going to, look, Queen of Pentacles, King and Queen of Pentacles here. Some of you may be coming into partnership with your person. Like I said, if you know you've been stopped and blocked in any way, shape, or form, you and your person will be coming together. You are leveling up. You are going to have beautiful, beautiful security, safety, security, peace, finances, all the good things, because you've walked away from some sort of conflict. Now, I'm going to read this on the flip side for those. Again, you're going to be feeling like empty inside. For those people, especially who have failed to learn the lessons, they're refusing to learn the lessons, they're refusing to look at it, or they're refusing to make it right. They're tired. They're going to be tired. They're going to be exhausted. They're going to be in a position where they can't take care of themselves. They're going to be in, some of them, financial ruin. They're going to maybe lose their home. And I don't mean just, you know, like it's a repossession or something like that. No, this is going to be, it could be any kind of the elements that take out a home. So tornado, it could be a hurricane, it could be like, it doesn't matter. An earthquake, tsunamis, like, and like I said, I don't wish this upon people, but at the same time, you know, But for people who haven't done the work, done the healing, made something right because they're refusing to make something right and caused, it's kind of giving fatigue, like energy vampires. If they've tried to take something from you, cause exhaustion, see, you are going to be, it's like they've tried to like steal your money. But you are taking your power back. You are going to be in a position of, it's almost like everything is like the tables are turning. Reclaim your sense of abundance from the inside out. True wealth begins within. So these are a bunch of very materialistic type of people who are so more worried about the 3D. All that is coming to light. They refuse to learn those lessons, and it's coming to light about the greed, the jealousy, all that. Justice. You're getting, again, what did I say? Justice. You're getting your justice for this. The truth is coming out. So some of you, it's going to be legal situations. You're going to see like an influx. So this person may feel like that they are being treated unjustly. Because they, there could have been some sort of corruption. They're trying to do whatever it is that they possibly can to outrun their karma, but they can't. They're nervous as shit. But this is what they wanted for you. They wanted to cause you fear, shame, regret, confusion, illusions. They could have been trying to interfere in your dream state. They could have been, whatever it is. That is all going back to them. They're going to be at a point to where there is absolutely nothing that they can do. They can't run from it. They are going to be like, you're going to start seeing a lot more mental health issues because they can't handle what they dished out. And it's going to come back, like I said, amplified. So whatever anybody has done to you, these people are not going to be able to handle what they've dished out and the repercussions that are coming their way. And they could be nervous AF because they know it's coming back to them. You yourself are going to be like, you've caught on to the patterns, you've caught on to everything, you know what's going on, and you've just like let it go. And like I said, by the end of the year, restoration. It's a healing. So even though everything is like balancing out, it's healing to basically not just to you as an individual, but healing to our world. Like I said, things are being rebalanced, reset. You're going to start to feel by the end of this year, the energy will be lighter. Because people will have gone through. Many of them will have learned their lessons, but like I said, there will be many who won't. You got Meteor Key, Wish, Chosen, Elemental Angels, Light Workers, and all others alike. Your wishes are coming in. Playful, harmony, things balancing out. There may be certain locations that are going to be getting hit with meteors, comets, things like that. Again, not wishing that upon anybody. So by the end of the year, you're going to see more meteorites hitting the earth in specific locations. And by knowing that, and you seeing really where it hits, it's going to give you an idea that's 9 times out of 10, there was probably corruption in that place. And I don't mean governmental. It could just be something else that was going on within that area. And it's like, point. I see it. Play a key. Anybody who's been a player with you, playing games with you, because you do have, or some of you, it could be like in the gaming industry, who's trying to get away with shit. Ooh, I'm getting, who knowingly allowed predators. We'll just keep it that way. And those who were predators are going to receive it as well. But I'm getting like the gaming industry. And I know that's part of the entertainment industry. But there's something... I'm getting double amplified. Ooh, because of the amount of grown-ass adults on those systems, on those games, who may have who portrayed themselves to be, of course, be something or someone else. And the thing is like some of the higher ups may have known this shit was going on. And it's the level. Oh my God. Like it's not just, like I said, this is worldwide. So there may be like thousands and thousands of victims from this. And that's why their punishment is going to be harsher. Anyone who's done it to many, 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 many times over with no remorse, no regard for the other person. And yes, a child is a person, another human being. Oh. And everyone involved in it, knowing, playing games, passing around. I'm getting like a list. Like there was like a list. Possibly of targets as well. Oh. Wow. Okay. Like I said, this is universal. This is universal. It's harmony. Things are being balanced out. Stars gather in harmony. The galaxy unlocks wonder. Your path glows eternal. Rest. Memory. Dust hides forgotten gifts. The past still breathes. Reclaim what was once yours. So again, it's coming back to you. Oh, FYI, this could even be something that had happened to you when you were an infant. And everybody since then, since you were born, is now being judged and justice is being served. If they hadn't already paid their karmic debt, it's like a lifetime of karmic debt that this person has to now serve. So this could be something that happened, like I said, way in the past. For many of you, your energy may have protected this person. Your prayers have protected these people. But God said, the universe says, nope. That protection ends. When that door closes, that protection, done. Gateway. I'm getting hot. Somebody's pissed. Somebody's mad. Look, it's not my fault. I'm not wishing this upon anybody. Just telling you what I'm supposed to say. Opportunity. Those of you who, you got opportunities flowing to you. But it says a threshold opens now. Step into the mystery. The unknown holds treasure. So doors will be opening for those who are receiving Dharma. Again, like I said, for others, the door is closing. What did I tell you? I'm not freaking lying. I'm like, people might be like, you're making... No, I am not lying. Look. synchronicities, like seriously. Balance. Along with harmony. And I was going to put this right on the harmony key too. Harmony and balance is being restored. So by the end of this year. What I say? I got goosebumps. Damn. Karma. Actions and echoes cycle on. Present choices weave the future. So that includes anything you're presently trying to do. You know, some of you are going to be given a gift as well. So, and it's basically what you've sown, you shall reap. If you've sown negativity, hate, anger, frustration, and you've put that on to other people, you're going to be getting that back. And I'm not saying, you know, other people are going to be hating you or whatever, but it's going to be, that's going to be coming to light. People are going to see who you truly are underneath the surface. It's like the veil is lifting. People, and you know, most people think like a lot of the times the veil is like the other side. Well, it kind of is in that aspect too, but a lot of the times it's the veil being lifted from your eyes. You're able to see through, you're able to see right into people's true character. Like I said, what's been hidden in the dark is coming to light. This isn't the deck I want. Okay, we're going to see different avenues, people affected, going to be affected. You got coach. Anybody who was like put in a position to help children or adults or whatever, and have steered them in the wrong way or done any harm, there could be a coach that is facing some sort of karma. A repairman. Again, somebody may be trying to like coach you to fix things. That may be me. You know, saying, hey, it's time to make it right. You choose not to do so, that's on you. That's not on me. I'm not trying to tell you what to do. Y'all live your own life. You have your own choice. You have your own freedom. That's the one thing about free will. My left ear is ringing now. High pitch. Those who are your ancestors, there will be no ancestral protection for those who are who've done wrong. They're being sat down. Those who have been in the right, your ancestors are with you. They are proud of you. They are happy that you're doing exactly what it is that you're meant to do. But you also have, for many of you, if you've done wrong, wrong is not up to me. I'm going to tell you that. It's not up to me what's right, what's wrong. I'm not judge, jury, and executioner. That is not my job. Anyhow, if you've done wrong, your ancestors are trying to, it's almost like negotiate on your behalf of your karmic debt. Yet it is still being weighed and measured. So it's like, what good you've done, what negative you've done, being balanced out, weighed and measured. So for many of you, your ancestors are trying to think of like a court, you're like the defendant or whatever, and it's like your ancestors or your attorneys, in a way. They're trying to, it's like a plea deal that they're trying to offer. For some of y'all, there could be a coach, somebody who works on shit, somebody who's in a position of power. Could be somebody who is very rebellious, like they don't want to obey laws, spiritual laws, laws of the land, whatever. These people are, there could be like a revolt in a way in another country. I'm also getting the chaos bringers as well. They're all being judged for their behaviors and actions for going up against the leaders. Now, if the leaders have done wrong, they're going to be overthrown. If the leaders have been in the right and doing things the way that they're meant to do and should be doing, those people who've been causing chaos and havoc and things like that just to cause division are going to be dealing with some sort of karma as well. Somebody, they're trying to cut somebody out. Beautification, adornment, passion. You got somebody who has been like trying to trim off the top, skim off the top, which means it could be any kind of like money, financial matters, or some sort of, which is given stealing, just stealing and trying to get away with something. They're going to try and, actually in all these aspects, there may be people trying to like shut up the victims to try to cut loose ends so they don't get caught. But here's the problem. That just adds to your karma. That just adds to the shit that's going to be thrown at you. So how much more do you want to add on to your karmic debt? Like you think you're going to get away with it, but you're not. Like I said, I'm not talking to one specific person. So, you know, if it's triggering you, that's not me tapping into your energy. I'm tapping into collective, okay? But that means that there's something weighing upon your soul, weighing upon you, that is triggering you, and to make it right. So if you're feeling like a heavy weight upon you, there's something you know you need to make right. It's not me putting pressure on you. That is universal. It could even be something about a war. Somebody's trying to make things right. Somebody's being guided to try to repair and restore. You got friends, you know, anybody who wasn't a good friend to you. I did say religious, be left out in the cold. Traveler, again, you got people trying to travel to get away from it. You got soldiers. Even if, you know what, again, I'm a proud veteran, but, you know, if you are in any of the services, civil services, anything like that, if you've done wrong, I don't care how much good you've done right, if there's like something to where you have severely done something wrong, you need to make up for it, you know, and I'm getting like there could have been some war crimes. You know, and I like I said, I don't even know what country that would be. I mean, we got so much shit going on around the world. Like I said, I don't really pay much attention to the news, so I don't freaking know. Somebody's trying to hide from somebody at a distance, flee the country to get away. You have a friend, somebody who's wanting to come in to help you to fix things. Again, that could be me, you know, or you have, you know, somebody else who is trustworthy, who's coming in to help you to heal, for somebody to heal, or to, you know, not just to make things right, but could be something about leadership as well, to help them do what's right. I'm getting like morality, ethics, integrity, somebody who's helping like trying to, you know, help this person see, you know, or even people see like what's right, what's wrong, what should be, what shouldn't be, kind of things like that. You know, because you may be in a position to where you're like, okay, you know, what are the ethics? What are the, you know, is this the right way to go? Is it not? And you could be like, some of you have a very good trusted friend who is trying to help you along the way. You know, somebody that you could speak, it could even be a therapist or whatever, could be speaking to you to help you on the right path and keep you on the right path for some of you. All right. Normally, you know, I didn't want to put this as, like I said, the dark series, even though it taps into both. It's just a collective, you know, but, all right. Investigations, again, it's like every little thing is being weighed and measured, or has already been. Number 23 could resonate. Number 5, you could be life path number 5. Magnifier, like, some of you may be feeling like all eyes are on you. And this isn't even, I'm getting, like, these are like old newspapers. And this is like, oh, this is something old. It's not going to matter. If it was never corrected or made right, it's not going to matter. I'm not trying to make everybody go like every last moment of their life, okay? Like, you'll know if you've done someone or people wrong or whatever, or, you know, you haven't always been the most ethical or the most, you know, moral. Look, we've all done shit that we're not proud of doing, you know? You got envelope. 34, number 7 could resonate. 39 or number 11. Something about the underground tunnels. I did get a channeling the other day about the underground tunnels. Something about someone's trying to escape through underground tunnels. There could be drugs or whatever that are being pushed and moved through underground tunnels. There's a light being shown upon this. Somebody may be getting tipped off on it. But there was something about underground tunnels being blown up. Explosions. Which is weird because, like, where I live, like, the other night, I heard, I think it was like 5 o'clock in the morning. Oh my gosh. I was like, what the shit? It was a loud freaking boom that literally shook my entire freaking house. I thought somebody drove their vehicle right through my freaking garage. I was like, what the hell was that? And it was just, we don't know. You know, some of y'all could be hearing some explosions. That could be what's going on. I don't know. There could even be something about the shift in the Earth's, like, platelets, like, underneath the surface. It's going to be causing more and more earthquakes, more changes in the elements. Volcanic eruptions. So by the end of this, you're going to see more volcanic eruptions, which is going to cause things in the oceans. It's going to cause the ripples and the rumbles in the oceans, which is going to cause even more tsunamis, which in effect will cause changes in the atmosphere. So you're going to have more storms, winter storms. You can have, like I said, volcanic eruptions. You're going to have all different tornadoes like crazy. It's going to be crazy. So from here now to the end of the year, it's going to get lit up. Or I'd say from here till is it by the end of winter next year, maybe spring. I was getting spring, but I'm also getting by the end of winter, which puts you at the beginning of spring next year. A lot of changes in the atmosphere. There could be something, if somebody tried to poison you, drug you, whatever, They are going to be hospitalized. Some could be where they've overindulged themselves, or they're going to suffer the consequences of somebody actually taking them out in that manner. I'm also getting something about the traffic that are going through here. It does not have to include the droogs. I'm talking of human flesh going through here that are not wanting to go through here. Put it that way. But are being forced to go through. So there's something about that being, you know, if you've ever partook in that, or will be planning to be anything of the sort, depending on your actions, decisions, intentions, etc., that's going to be handled. I'm also getting that there could be people who are trying to flee and escape through the underground routes, and they're going to be caught. They're going to get in trouble. Because, like I said, they're trying to outrun karma right now. They know they're going to get caught. Something about the mail system as well. It's people stealing mail. Intellectual property. Again, I'm getting a lot of indictments coming down. A lot of indictments coming down. Globally. You got, what did I say? Double confirmation on that, okay? If there's anything transportation departments or transportation wise, I don't care if it's vehicles, vehicle companies, I don't care if it's airline companies, I don't care if you freaking own a rocket. I don't care. If there's been any corruption, they're going to suffer some losses. Now, and it could be catastrophic human losses. Again, there could be somebody trying to flee or people trying to flee as well. Planes, trains, and automobiles. Boats. I don't care. I don't care if it's freaking got a motor in it. Oh, actually not even a motor. It could be a rowboat. I don't care. And I don't even care if you're on a piece of wood like freaking Titanic on, well, I don't know. Rose kicked him off the... It's not funny. Kicked him off the door. Poor Jack. Come back. No, I'm kidding. I don't care if they're floating across the ocean on a door. Really. And that's not funny that what happened there. It is not. And I really feel their pain. I've really thought about those poor lost souls there. Keyhole. If you've had people spying and watching and all that, they're being caught. Or will be caught. Lurking in the shadows. I'm getting like peeping toms or anybody who's done any, like I said, behind the shadows, in the dark is coming to light. They're being stopped and blocked. See that brick wall? Yep. They're going to be serving some time behind bars. All they're going to be looking at is a wall. Okay, your haters. These are the people kind of involved. Envious. Those who did at work, the money you make. If you've thrown envy, greed, any of that, guess what? Or if you've done things or portrayed negative outputs or whatever towards people just because you were envious or greedy, you're going to lose that. You could be losing your job, you could be losing your money, your finances, and it's because you or whoever around you, 'cause this may not just be for you, this could be people around you, they're going to suffer losses. And it's not going to be just like, oh, you're going to lose $100. No. Amplified. Their social media posts, memes are directed towards you. Your social media is, oh, I'm getting bullying. If there was like any kind of online bullying or thrown at you, keep in mind, just because you don't say a specific person, place, thing, group, whatever their name is, it does not matter. It is the intentions. The universe, God, the angels, your spirit guides, they all know your intentions. So even if it was just random and you're like, oh, I didn't mean it towards anybody specific, it doesn't matter. Negativity is, you have sown negativity. You are receiving that. And that's going to depend on whatever the universe decides to dish out karma for you. So you may have tried to make your own little self polished and sparkly and in the spotlight, like, oh, I could do no wrong. It wasn't me. Well, guess what? You can lie to other people all you freaking want. Your intentions are known. The universe knows who did it. It's coming back at you, baby. Altering your values or morals on making life decisions. You may have had people trying to confuse you, to try to stop you, block you, push you off your path. Guess what? These South Nodal people, they're going to be blocked upon their path. They are not going to be able to elevate, escalate, level up in any way, shape, or form. If they're spiritual gifts, they're going to feel dead inside because their gifts are going to be gone. If they've tried to steal your spiritual gifts, their gifts are going to be gone for good. Not temporarily, permanently. You've got unexplained freak accident. Again, that I said this at the very, very beginning, death magic. Somebody trying to throw something, watching, waiting, and seeing if it's worked or if it's going to work. I don't even want to. You know when that comes back, especially if it comes back amplified. It could hit, it doesn't always have to hit you, but it could hit the person or the people you care about the most. And you are going to be put into the position to watching and seeing exactly how it happens and feeling that pain in order to learn that lesson that cannot be done. That is no. You know, and I'm not wishing it upon anybody, but like it could be a loss of a child. It could be a loss of a parent. It could be the loss of your best friend. It could be the loss of your dog, your cat. I don't care. That's going to come back to you. And those people who mean the most to you, those are going to be the ones that get struck. You may yourself get hit with something that's like either undiagnosable or whatever, but you're going to be able to see the pain that your friends and family and you yourself have to feel and go through to have the understanding of what you wished upon the other person and their friends and their family. So, you know, like I said, I don't wish that upon anybody. I mean, I don't ever want to see anybody hurt. I really don't. And I don't care who it is. I don't care if it's my worst enemy. I don't wish that upon anybody. But the universe is balancing things out. So, you know, I almost want to cry because, like, there are going to be a lot of people who you think are very, they, you know, maybe innocent. And you'd be like, well, why does it have to happen to innocent people? Well, one, they may be coming up on their soul contracts. And two, it's meant to teach you a lesson in this lifetime. You know, and as much as it sucks, you know, there's sometimes no getting away from it. You know, each person's life, even their life, is being like weighed and measured. So, and you know, you'd be like, well, it's an innocent child, you know, innocent kid. Well, you know, if the universe's idea of compassion is to remove that child from this lifetime, away from you, away from your care, in order to teach you some sort of lesson, but that child will be able to be reborn into a happier, healthier life. You know, I don't wish, in me being a parent, yes, I have 4 kids. I wouldn't wish that upon myself, because I know how I would feel if I lost one of mine. But at the same time, you know, there's nothing you can do if it's, you know, I mean, you can beg and plead for mercy, but once that door closes, I was given, there's no mercy. And even if you've prayed for people and have, like, begged for mercy for them, you're like, look, I don't want anything happen, you know, mercy upon them, you know, you can do that even as chosen ones, light workers, elemental angels. But at the end of the day, it's the universe who's balancing it out. It's not up to us to decide on who gets what. Yeah, you can pray for mercy for these people all you want, because you don't want to see them go through that. You've been there. You know what it feels like. You don't want that to happen to others. But at the same time, it's not up to you. It's not up to us. So, it's like the protection, the coverings are being lifted. No longer being protected. You know, those who've done wrong are no longer going to be protected. I want to cry right now. Okay, you got Venus retrograde. Dealing with insecurities, appearance. When it comes to talking about kids or babies, I'm going to tell you right now, animals, like even humans, I get it. Like, I just, special place in my heart for them, okay? And my condolences and prayers to those who have lost someone dear to them. It's never easy. Dealing with insecurities, appearance, body image, worthiness, relationships, and sexuality. So if they've thrown anything at you to cause insecurities in any way, shape, or form, those are being reflected back to them, amplified. You're going to start seeing people just, like I said, losing their shit. Really just not happy with themselves, not pleased with themselves, but they also have to do the inner work. You got cursed castle. Tower of shadows, crumbling stone, once a golden cage that now shines no more. There could be an entire civilization, country, that is falling to the ground. Or this could be, like I said, a household. You know, isn't an individual level, households. And you see the water, I did mention like tsunamis, like there could be like washed away. Could be floods, you know, in certain areas, flooding, destruction of home. People pleasing. And you know what? For some of you, it may just depend on who you've dealt with too. If you've dealt with an elemental angel, it could be that's what's going to affect your home, an element, or your stability. People pleasing. I wonder how much of myself I've lost in others, that the pieces that remain, no one can notice. This is kind of like not being authentic and true to yourself. wearing the mask, lying to others. And I'm not saying people pleasing is a bad thing. It's just you also have to take care of yourself. But there's selfishness is also kind of like, it's a double-edged sword. You know, be selfish when it comes to take care of you, your body, your temple, you know, you yourself. But if it's selfishness because you refuse to help another person or help another soul with what they're going through. Now, there's some people where you're not meant to help. They're meant to learn the lesson and get through it on their own. There are others who, if you have refused to help somebody out in a situation out of, I don't know, whatever, like frustration, anger, greed, just because you don't like that person. Like, you just don't mesh well. Well, you know what? If that person is starving, you're going to let them starve just because you don't like them? You know? I'm just, you know, random things. And it could be anything. Imposter syndrome, fake ass people. In a room full of equals, I stand in doubt, a stranger in my own triumphs, shadow cast about. So there's going to be people who are just going to be feeling like not themselves, for one. Two, they're just going to be doubting their own self-worth. You know, you may have, like I said, had people come in and doubting their own self-worth. It's like fake flexing, power struggle, things like that. You have werewolf. Only the moon knows what it takes to hide this turmoil. Two sides of the same tormented soul. Okay, you're trying to hide. Not only just hide the darkness. Keep the darkness within, is what I'm getting. But this person, they're going to be tormented, like the mind tormented. It's like they're struggling to survive. It's like, think of I think here we said it was like, be like fourth floor type thing. You know, a bunch of people who are just, okay. You know, like in the ERs or whatever, you know, when it comes to the full moon energy, you know, and it's like, when the full moon is out, all the crazy shit happens. That's when all the freaking craziness happens. And don't you ever dare in an ER be like, it's been kind of a quiet night, because bam. You know, especially when it comes to a full moon. But it's like, you know, we always say, like, in full moon, the freaks come out at night. That's when all the crazy shit happens. And it's because of the amplified energy of the full moon. Well, the thing is this person, that amplification of people's insecurities are going to rise to the surface. They're going to be lashing out, projecting all that onto people. And you're going to be looking at this person like, what the hell is wrong with them? Like, they're not who they, you know, who I've noticed to be. They're kind of like, you know, they're going to be looking like they're off the rockers or whatever. And you're going to be like, what the hell happened to them? And it's because they've done some shit they shouldn't have done. And now they're facing consequences. They are stuck in their own mind. They can't get free. They can't get out. I'm getting like the, shit. A biblical story. I forgot. I'm like, it's a Solomon Saul. No, it's not. It's the name. If you know the name of the king, and I know y'all know, if you're religious, you know, where because of his envy, because of his jealousy, because of, you know, all that, and it was David. It's for King David, I believe. No. Yes. No. Maybe. I don't remember. have to read my Bible. I mean, I do need to read my Bible, but I don't want to go back and tap into it. But where the king's heart was turned into like a beast. And he had no idea who he was. I think it was like 7 years. He went through 7 years of karma. 7 years. And he was like, his mind was just scrambled. He was so lost. And it's because that karma kind of came back, amplified into him, and he was just out of it. And people looked at this king and was like, what happened? You know, like, that's not the king. That's not who, like, it, you know, was supposed to be running our world or our country, you know? So, but once he kind of learned that lesson, he was restored. Or once he served his karmic debt, he was restored, basically. And the thing here is like, no matter how much you try to hide it, the universe knows, but it's giving like mind scrambling. Like it's going to be like people are going to be acting completely out of character for quite a period of time. Some might even be institutionalized just because they're just that out of character. Okay? You have a raven. Harbingers, messengers. Ravens may be a sign for you. It's the confirmation. I'm also getting crows and ravens for both of them. Knowledge, death, and energies. I didn't want to say that, but normally for me it's not a raven, but crows are like harbingers of bad news. So if you start seeing crows, to me that's also a symbolization of death. That is, to me, that's been always been a symbol that has been shown to me. And typically if I see a crow within 72 hours, give or take 12 to 24 hours, but within 72 hours, normally there is a death of somebody that I know. It's, you know, either somebody, it doesn't necessarily mean close to me, but it's somebody I know. And FYI, just as births come in threes, deaths come in threes. So, like I said, I don't wish that upon anybody, but if you see a crow, or I pulled the card out raven, so some of you ravens may resonate with that. It's a harbinger of bad news. So you know, especially if like you're chosen, you know that has been handled for you. Right? You're not a light worker, elemental angel, chosen one, or any of the alike. And you see that, it doesn't necessarily mean that that's going to be you. It could just be a family member, close friend, or could even be a coworker for some of you who you're good friends with. All right, you got ego. So somebody let their pride get in the way. Somebody at a distance. I'm also getting a very lusty energy as well. Absence, who's caused some sort of, if you see this, split. And you got absence. So there's that division. I feel like part of me is missing. And so somebody may be suffering the karma. Could be lifetime karma as well. To where they're going to just be stuck missing you, feeling like that there's unfinished business between the two of you. That's going to be like their karma. For some of you, it could be finances. It could be, like I said earlier, home. They're going to feel like there's going to be nobody that's able to come into their life that's going to make them, I don't want to say say feel whole, because we're whole as individuals on our own, but it's going to be like this person can't find the same type of companionship, the same level of, you know, respect, love, all that. This person may have been dishonest with themselves, lying to themselves, and they chose to go down a karmic path. Now, for some of you, there's something about absence. Because of somebody's ego, because of somebody's power, or, you know, all that, somebody's business could be going under. Could be somebody you had a soul tie with, like a soul contract with this person. But there's something about either their business is going under. There could be something about internet outages. They could be losing their money, car. It could even be just nothing as huge as that. I mean, it could be even something if somebody did something minor. It could be like, okay, your refrigerator goes down, or your stove breaks, or whatever. And it's like you got to come out of pocket to repair that cost. And that is even an act of karma, you know. So I'm going, you know, on like extreme kind of level. Some of these are not going to be as extreme. You could just be a setback, you know, of some sort. I just got somebody's going to be found in a lake, pond, river, getting like a drowning. Could even be a pool. Somebody could be falling from like high story up down into a pool and drowning. Or somebody was thrown. Oh. I'm getting somebody pushed or thrown off of a cliff, a high mountain area, nearby water. Or no, they may have drowned this person, relocated the body, and actually thrown it over a cliff. Why am I saying cliff like that? Somebody got a cleft lip? I don't know. Union. Uh-oh. Some of you, those who are going to be reaping some rewards, are coming into union with your person. Others of you, you're letting go of the past. There could be divorces, a lot of divorces going on. Because, like I said, things that were hidden in the dark are coming to light. Conflict, stability, money, fate, being triggered. For some of you, you've let go of the people who have triggered you. And they're going to be facing some sort of chaos. And again, like I said, debt, massive debt. And this is going to be fated to happen for them. Now, for others of you, you're letting go of the drama. You're letting go of things like that. You're forgiving. There could have been conflicts, arguments, disputes, fight. Somebody could have paid a lot of money to cause this. But you just kind of like let go of these soul contracts, energies, and just like, boom. Could have been somebody, again, that could have been a soulmate. I'm getting like karmic soulmate. For some of you, this is like a soul contract that is coming to an end. And this was fated to happen. Again, with that fate, the Wheel of Fortune, karmic cycles. Something's also coming back around, maybe to cause for some sort of harmony and union. You know, if people have learned their lessons and etc., you've got maybe somebody coming back around towards you. Or a situation. You've got something good that might help with your stability. What else do I have? And then I'm going to tap into what kind of rewards are going to be given as well. All right, you got hang up. Somebody's fixated. Spying, watching. Somebody could have gotten somebody pregnant out of wedlock. Or a third party pregnant. Or this is what's going to happen. It's what they're going to wind up doing. And it's going to screw up their entire life. Somebody who doesn't care. And face unbothered. Rejection. Okay, this person's going to be trying to come back around after they got somebody else pregnant. But they're going to be rejected. And they're going to have to feel the pain and consequences of this rejection. Penny pinching. And they're going to be financially struggling. You got receipts. Evidence is going to be found against this person. Again, with the repossession, you got spiritual narcissist. Somebody who doesn't believe in your spiritual gifts. Or they're trying to take or steal your spiritual gifts from you. See this? They could have been trying to cause you some sort of harm. Lusting after you, saying if they can't have you, nobody else can. But at the same time, they're going to tell everybody else that you're trash. Somebody was riding two sides of the fence, both sides of the fence, to where it's like, again, two people, two choices, decisions. Like it's decision time. Oh, I did not want this to be this long. Great, come on. What else do we have? I mean, I got some stuff I got to get done, so. You've got 3 of Pentacles, collaboration, working together, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. I'm going to pull out some zodiac. Actually, it's going to be all zodiac signs, this message. It's literally every zodiac sign because everybody is weighed and measured. 6 of Swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Walking away, moving forward. Leave behind. Okay, you got 3 of Wands. Okay, you're going to have a lot of people around you, again, angry, frustrated, pissed off. They could be trying to rebel just because, I don't know, non-belief, which it is what it is. You can only lead the horse to water. You can't make it drink. Aries, Leo, Sag, 9 of Pentacles, 8 of Swords. Ooh, somebody, again, going to jail. Going to, that's a Linda thing. If y'all haven't seen Linda Licks Tarot, I absolutely adore watching her. She's great. She's amazing. But you have somebody maybe coming in who wants to collab and work things out with you on an impulse. They're afraid you're going to leave them behind, or they're feeling like you were walking away from a situation. They want to come back in, and they want to lock it down. For some of you, this person may be in jail. May be locked up, or they know, like they're trying to rush towards you so they don't get locked up. It's pretty. They think you're purdy. You're so purdy. All right, they could feel powerless though. They're stuck. They're trapped. But if you see right here where it says tricycle, like try, it's like they could have put you in a third party situation. And I know it's not the 3, but it does, you know, that the lock there. They could be stuck with a third party and feeling like they're trapped and they can't, there's nothing that they can do to get out of it. For some of you, it's like they've gotten themselves unstuck, victory, getting themselves unstuck. So yeah. But in the same sense, even though they got themselves unstuck, they're bound. Binding. There's something about binding. Somebody could have been trying to do a binding ritual to you and they can't. Instead, they're going to be bound, whether it be in the physical or the spiritual. Okay. Again, I get not wishing this upon anybody. It's just what's coming out. I send everybody love, peace, happiness, joy, all the good stuff. But, you know, we're all going to get it. Let's say we're all going to get our butts handed to us. You know, and the thing is, even chosen ones, elemental angels, light workers, y'all are going to receive some karma too. Or, you know, things balance out, and, you know, depending on what y'all did, you know, because we're not innocent either. You know what I mean? You know, we aren't perfect. Nobody is perfect. Absolutely nobody. So keep that in mind. You know, I'm going to the extremes, but even at the lowest level, even those who have been trying to do, you know, the ethical, the moral, the, you know, doing things with integrity, we still have our own stuff, I was going to say shit, but our own stuff that we also have to face and deal with. Because we are not perfect. In no way, shape, or form am I freaking perfect. I'll tell you that right up front. Alright, now, for some of you, this could be either a practitioner who has done this to you, or these are going to be amplified by the end of this year for you. Again, do you see that right there? Justice. But these are like the rewards you're going to reap on a kind of a spiritual level. Okay. Tasseography. You're being called to explore reading tea leaves, coffee grounds, look at the symbolic patterns within the teacup to uncover the message. So some of you may be given the gift to read tea leaves, coffee grounds, it could even be just outside. Like if you go outside in the nature, just a pile of leaves to where you're able to decipher and know what it means. All right, you got feng shui. You're being called to explore subtle energies or people and places that affect those in the environment for balance and healing. So some of you are going to be amplifying in your gifts in that. Discernment, your discernment is going to be amplified. You are going, like I said, you're going to be able to see right through people's intentions, their motives, and how they behave and act. You're going to pick up on patterns. You're going to pick up on all of it. And it's going to be a gift that you have. It's going to be amplified. You're being called to exercise your good judgment so you can help heal and manifest through awareness and wisdom. So you're going to be able to kind of use that wisdom to give back. Spiritual retreat host. You're being called to explore hosting spiritual events or retreats to promote clarity and complete renewal. So for some of you, you're being called to, like, you may even be given a large sum of money to be able to go buy a huge property of land, or, you know, maybe a place that's got like a bunch of cabins already pre-built or whatever on it, and turn that into a spiritual retreat. That is going to be a, you know, a good source of income for you, but you're also contributing into the healing of others on a mental, physical, and emotional, you know, and spiritual, you know, aspect. Some of you maybe just, it's like you yourself are going to be able to amplify your home. And you're going to be able to either maybe add on, build on, or upgrade a room. So that way you can better connect to the universe. You have spiritual writers. So some of you, if you are writers, poets, songwriters, whatever, those gifts are going to be expanding and taking off. You're being called to explore sharing knowledge, insight, and wisdom through written words to bring clarity and healing. Some of you, if you've written a book or whatever, those sales are going to take off for you. Or, you know, if you haven't yet, once you do, once you put it forth into publishing, or, you know, even if it's online, sometimes I tend to watch like YouTube stories or whatever, and if they're like short stories, it's funny because I was just talking to my mom about this last week. Sometimes they're short stories, and those are going to be taken off. And you're going to be able to kind of reap the rewards for your hard work and effort for doing that. Psychic, if you've done it negatively, you're going to be losing that gift. If you've done it in a negative light in order to confuse or create or cause illusions or whatever, you're going to be losing that gift. Psychic healing. Now, some of these, if this is what some people have, they're going to be losing it. temporary or permanently. Psychic healing. You're being called to explore psychic and spiritual healing to help improve one's condition, no matter if you're focusing on the mind, body, or soul. So some of you, you're psychic, if you are psychic, seers, or, whatever, what I'm talking about. Your clairs are going to be amplifying. They're going to be, or they're coming online, or you're going to be gifted this. Energy blockage release. If somebody tried to block or stop, or steal your energy, whatever, from your sacral root or any of your chakras, that's going to be returned to you, amplified. You're going to be exuberating this energy like crazy and magnetically attracting what it is that you want to. They, on the other hand, they're all going to be blocked. All their chakras, or even if it's just a specific chakra, will be blocked just by targeting yours. But you have energy blockage release. So for some of you, you're going to have like a gift to where like you're able to remove blockages from people who are there either energetically, their chakras, their auras, their just whatever is like siphoning. You're going to be able to help them heal through this. Some of you, you'll be able to see a pinpoint in a person's body, like through the mind's eye, the third eye, and you're going to be able to know exactly what's wrong with that person, and how to fix that. You're being called to explore the ability to locate, identify, and move stagnant or stuck energies within the body to heal pain and illness. You got pendulum. Some of you, if you're going to be working with a pendulum, your skills are going to amplify, or you're going to be coming online on how to work with a pendulum. Or it could even be hypnotism, hypnosis, healing through hypnosis. You're being called to explore working with the pendulum to get spiritual and intuitive guidance and answers, no matter how simple or complex. It's going to be location tracking. Somebody could have tried to locate you by pendulum. Dream interpretation. I'm like getting hot. Somebody is pissed. Somebody's sweating. They are so worried that they're going to get in trouble for some shit. They're trying to run. I am like, and it's cold in my house. I don't even have the fireplace on. Dang. Dream interpretation. Some of you are having so many more vivid dreams, and your gifts are amplifying, and you are coming online to start learning the art of dream interpretations. Not only your dreams, but other dreams as well. Just like King David did in the Bible. You're being called to interpret dreams to find deeper meaning, to bring clarity and guidance. And then coaching. Some of you are being called to be like a healing coach, or just a mentor, or using your wisdom and knowledge to help others. It could be life coach, whatever. You're being called to explore transformational mentorship to bring clarity, insight, and healing for growth and transformation. That's the second time the coach card came out. There's definitely something about a coach, and I don't know if it's here in the U.S. I don't know if it's any other country. I don't know, but a coach is going to be getting in some serious trouble, or maybe a couple coaches, a group of coaches, and it could be youth coaches all the way up to the pro leagues. It's not being singled out. I don't know specifically which one, who, whatever. So, anywho, that is what I have for you. Actually, I have one more. You got revenge. Anybody who tried to seek revenge upon you, it's backfiring, amplified. Discipline. Maintain your discipline. I've trained hard to do this work, and I fully understand the complexities of the job. I have experience, I have motive, and I have backup. Nightwing. You're being called to maintain your discipline, but I'm also getting, like, a lot of people are going to get spanked. It's it's not funny. I'm not, but it's just the way, I'm getting, I mean, I got my ass whooped, many times. My mama was quick with it. I'm going to tell you that right now. Very quick with whooping my ass. A belt, a switch, I don't care. It does not matter. I got my ass whooped. But this is the universe dishing out some serious ass whoopings. And like I said, it's not funny. And if you see somebody going through this, don't laugh. Don't laugh. Don't take pleasure. Don't take joy in it. No. Because even that is not a, we don't wish that upon anybody. We've all been through some sort of karmic shit. You know, we've all had our butts handed to us. So have compassion. I'm not saying everybody gets assistance. Everybody gets, help or whatever to help them along. But have compassion and understanding, but it doesn't mean, if these people, you can have the compassion, you can have the understanding, you can know why they're going through it and feel it. And these people may be wanting to come back around my nose. Illnesses, sicknesses. I'm telling you, all around. Could even be, I don't want to say that. Okay. Okay, I'm not going to say that. All right, you got wake up call. All right, people need dramatic examples to shake them out of apathy. Batman. So it's like that I don't care, I don't give a shit kind of thing. It's not that you don't care, you don't give a crap. You don't need to not be in that level. Have compassion, have empathy, but it doesn't mean that these people need to be welcomed back into your life. Forgive, let go. Allow them to go through what it is that they need to go through. I'm not saying that some people don't deserve second chances depending on what it is that they've done. But at the same time, not everybody, needs to come back in your energy. Even Jesus chose who to heal and who not to. He knew what energies to be around him and what energies to not be around him. So keep that in mind. The true crime fighter always carries everything he needs in his utility belt. Robin, prepare and plan. You need to make preparations and plan for some of you. Because like I said, your area might be affected and it's to dish out whatever needs to be dished out around there. Keep that in mind. Could be small areas, large areas. Make some preparations. This is your wake-up call. Meow, Catwoman, lust. Why am I getting Sodom and Gomorrah? And I'm not trying to preach the Bible, y'all. It's just that's what I'm getting. But on a where, okay, if you think, and this is why, okay, if you think of the story of Sodom and Gomorrah, it's like there were angels that were sent in and they were mistreated. Big time. They were the test. They walked in. They were the test. And because everybody there failed that test, it was destroyed. And I'm not saying that this was the reason why it was destroyed. I'm just saying they were tested and they failed the test. There's a lot of people who have been tested and have failed the test. But there are a lot of people who have been tested and they have truly passed the test. And those who are on the passing side are getting rewarded. Those who are on the failing side are going through some karma. So, support surrounds you. So some of you may need, if you've done some things, that are kind of, like maybe you're not sure or whatever, ask for guidance, from the universe, from God, from whatever you want to call them, source, creator, whatever. Your guardian angels, the archangels, the ancestors, your spirit guides. Ask for assistance, guidance on what it is that you can do to either make something right, even if it's just you pray or whatever it is, what is it that you need to do. But it's support surrounds you. Many of you may feel like that you are not supported, especially because there may be people who have tried to throw you into a point to where like you feel like you don't have support. But on a collective energy, especially, your chosen ones, elemental angels, light workers, other, workers, similar. You're not alone. You have a lot of other people, a lot of others on a collective who've gone through the same things or very similar to what you, and you're being called up and asked to share your stories. Answer the call, step up, share your stories, help others. And it's going to be up to you whether you decide to answer the call or not. So that's for those of you. But just know you're not alone. You may have felt like you've been alone for a while, but you're not. You're not. So the universe has got you. There are others here in the world that are praying for you as well. So keep that in mind. All right, that is what I have for y'all. That was intense. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling people angry right now, frustrated, anxious, heated. Some are getting like cold sweats. Some are getting hot sweats because they're like, oh shit. Keep in mind, don't come after me because I don't know specifically who, this was meant for, who all it was meant for, but it was meant to go out. Intensely. I was pushed to be like, you're going to say this. So, all right. Wishing everybody a lot of love. Love, love, love. Peace, happiness, all the wonderful things. I do not wish any of this to happen to people, but I can only do so much. I can pray, and that's what I do for the world. I pray for everybody in the world. So, but that's what I can do. Those of others of you, pray or, say some words or, positive affirmations for not just yourself, but for others as well. And just wish love for our world. Definitely needs it right now. So, all right, sending you guys lots of love. Have a great night. Angel Eyes, thank you for being here. Lisa, thank you. And everybody else who may have been in the background, I appreciate you. And I appreciate every single one of y'all who've been here along the way, helping my journey, helping, others as well. So I appreciate all of you. If you haven't done so yet, please make sure you like, share, and subscribe. I really appreciate it. But you guys have fantastic night. All right. Bye.
At the end of the day, it's not about what you have or even what you've accomplished. It's about what you've done with those accomplishments. It's about who you've lifted up, who you've made better. It's about what you've given back. The most selfish thing you can do in this world is to help someone else, because the gratification, the goodness that comes to you, the good feeling that I get from helping others, nothing's better than that. Not jewelry, not big house I have, not the cars, but the joy. That's where the joy is.
Some people don't get to live soft lives. We get handed chaos, grief, betrayal, and we have to learn how to bloom anyway. We become the ones who know how to carry others when their world falls apart, because we remember what it was like when no one showed up for us. We're not here because it was easy. We're here because we didn't give up.